So, hi, my name is Methembeni Moyo. I'm a mining and construction lawyer focused in bringing direct investment into Africa's mining space, all across the mining value chain throughout Africa, particularly the SADC countries. And just like everyone else, this Indaba, we are very excited on the prospects Africa has to offer us, particularly with the rise in demand for battery minerals, the rise in demand for goods and services, and also the rise in demand for your not so previously liked commodities like coal, like oil and gas, and precious metals also seem to be holding strong. So generally across the board, whatever commodities you're looking at, whether it's precious metals, base metals which are needed for the green revolution, and your fossil fuel as well, there's just increased global demand, maybe because of the unrest and maybe the changing geopolitical dynamics in Europe and the Western nations. So Africa has come into sharp focus again. So we're very excited as lawyers assisting people throughout the value chain. And I think if I were to mention one or two Southern African jurisdictions that we are particularly keeping an eye on, one is Namibia. Namibia is very prospective in terms of its wonderful geology, but also it's in recent years it's gained a lot of acclaim because of its transparent and ease of doing business. There's a very clear mine cadastre in Namibia. So Namibia in the past 5 years has proved to be a very attractive destination. Zimbabwe, maybe on the other side of the spectrum of being attractive, has always proved to have particular challenges. However, we are also excited about Zimbabwe, believe it or not, mainly because it's got amazing lithium deposits, which is a key component of your green revolution, of your battery minerals, and also because there are some key changes to mining legislations which are on the horizon. Zimbabwe has been touting a change to its mining laws since the early part of the 2010s really. So finally I think that's been released by the Ministry of Mines. It hasn't been enacted yet, but the bill has actually been approved. So we are anticipating significant changes. I know there was that ban to the export of raw lithium ores, but I think that's just setting the scene for more of an overhaul and most likely a more stabilizing legislative change in Zimbabwe. So once those laws kick into effect and the dust settles, more stable laws coupled with amazing geology, of which everyone knows about in Zimbabwe, I think there should also be renewed interest from juniors in Zimbabwe as well. Zambia is also exciting. I think the dust has settled with what happened in the copper belt, with some of the legacy mines there. So we really think that the SADC region is very geologically prospective, and there's going to be some interesting legislative changes that should attract investment. I think overall, the various chamber of mines, the various big players, and even the smaller players, maybe through their diplomatic missions, need a concerted lobby effort. We as a firm at NSDV have been at the forefront of advocating for easier, more inviting laws for junior miners. But I think this now needs to be almost a global concerted effort in the mining space. I think if Africa is going to take advantage of the amazing mineral resources it has, it now has to lobby government for laws that serve both parties really. The state, obviously as custodian of mineral resources, need to maximize this commodity super cycle. But without junior miners at the bottom actually finding the rocks and actually developing these projects to something which can be mined and perhaps purchased by bigger players, you need enabling laws. So I think in the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to see a lot of lobbying for enabling laws, and we are already at the forefront of those discussions. So we're extremely excited. We're actually positive that so the countries in Africa are going to take advantage of this very unique, high demand, good commodity price cycle. Thank you very much. That's my take at this year's Indaba.